Remember, lights on a fast lap, please. Lights on. Oh, those cold tires, yeah. It's going to take a lap or two to get the tyres up to temps. So I don't really have high expectations. Top 5, be happy with that. Certainly a couple of fast guys, Scott, Marauder. Certainly going to be the guys up at the front. Teammates are Scott, so the plan is really just to bring in a decent haul of points, really, for the team. Certainly got no expectations of taking any race wins or the championship for sure. But if we can come away with a team championship, I'd be happy with that. Let's try and keep out of trouble. And drift it all the way around that set of 3 corners. Clever outlap, Mr. Minsco. These curbs are lethal. Even having softened up the front anti-roll bar, they are quite evil. I was actually practicing and I saw on a replay, external replay cam, the inside tyre was actually kind of lifting up off the ground because the roll bars originally were a bit too stiff. And have to soften them a long way before they start to behave and stay in contact with the ground. Try and steal a bit of draft, because why not? I'm currently P2 at the moment. I suspect some of the other guys are still to put in a decent lap. They've maybe been held up for whatever reason. I do expect that to slowly start dropping down the order. 216.3's not too bad. Watch the inside front right corner tyre here. Oh well, I've screwed it up, so ignore that. But if you get it right, if you get the corner done well, then that inside right front tyre actually starts to lift off, and you'll see on the little telemetry thing at the bottom right hand corner there that the tyre just goes blue because it's got no contact. And that's with the front roll bar very soft as well. So a little bit sideways, not so clever, but we are actually still up. Oh well, maybe not so much. Oh, that's that evil curbs. Don't touch the curbs. He says, going over the curbs. Still, bizarrely, in second place with just under 4 minutes to go. Maybe be a little bit more brave with the traction control. Get a bit more braking power in the rear. I was a bit late. See if that front right's going to cock itself up in the air. Well, maybe not. I can feel it getting loose in the force feedback, but she decided to behave on that thing. Oh, I get the back end out a bit too much. It's Scott that's actually in P1 for the class, still holding second. 2 seconds slower than Scott. Let's see if we can get a better lap. Back end starting to slide out a little bit there, but it was kind of predictable and it worked alright. I see the lights of an LMP behind me. Just going to ignore him. Oh, slidey, slidey. We're half a second up. traffic ahead, but hopefully it will not be a problem. Scott's in the pits, and Colonel McCoy has put it into second place ahead of me by a second. Might get another lap in, perhaps. A bit wide on exit, still 6/10 up, but that might start to drift away here. Yeah, that's made a mess of that one. Dear me. 20 seconds and we're not going to have another lap.
Don't know about anyone else, but Andrew Harper is lagging seriously. Really bad lad.
Yes, Andrew Harper is lagging very bad.
Four, three. No, that is it. We are done.
I haven't seen him today, but it was the same for me last time.
We are done with third at the moment, if nobody else gets any quicker. Ace up in P1 by 1.5 seconds.
Who's lagging?
Andrew Harper, I think it is.
Okay. Thought he said Nate for a minute.
GTS Pushdum's not far behind me. 16.5 against my 16.3. Brake check's not far behind either at 17. Good stuff. Marauder on a 17.4, and I think he's running a little KTM. So we will load the race setup just in advance. It's how many attempts it takes me to get anywhere near a decent setup, and even then it's distinctly average. But we'll just have a quick run through. Very low brake pressure. I was locking up brakes, scrubbing the tyres. Got issues with the brake pedals and the gas pedal as well, and I've got to reduce the sensitivity and the dead zones to horrendous levels where I've got about 50% travel in both, and it's super sensitive. So trail braking's not really going to be happening much, I'm afraid, but I've never been very good at it in the first place. Lots of rear wing, mainly to deal with that chicane section in section 1. Decent amount of camber. Nothing else exciting, but the roll bar is quite low. And we're done. And we've held third. That's a decent result for me. Just take some screenshots for the league. Okay. So yeah, teammate in pole. Another Aston in second. Myself in third. Another one in fourth, fifth, and sixth. And the KTM's Marauder and Neela. And a Rocket Bunny in there as well. Good stuff. It's TPW, I think. It is indeed. Pit strategy should just really be for repairs because I don't need fuel. Yeah, tyre pressure's not looking too bad. Repairs for suspension and aero. Don't need engine or gearbox repairs. Just save it just to be safe. And I'll tell that to be the one I want. Hundreds of strategies in there. It's probably a bit dangerous for what P-Cars is like, but well, why not? I do like to kind of try and cover each eventuality in terms of tyres or damage, but yeah. I believe 81 litres is enough. The tank holds a lot more than that, but we did a practice run earlier on last night or the night before. I think it was about 75 litres or so, but we'll just play safe. Yeah, see what happens. Potential podium.
There's going to be a bit of a gap between the LMPs and GTs, yeah?
Yeah, about 5-10 seconds or so. Again, obviously, odds on the class will be on the left, evens will be on the right. Put your lights on, please, guys, if you can. That's a nice black one, that one there.
That Andrew Harper's lagging so bad.
You can see what I mean by my throttle. It's just flickering backwards and forwards. Trying to get that 80 kilometers an hour during that second phase of the formation lap is a nightmare. I've actually probably got to hold on the brake pedal instead. But I'll be doing that anyway, just to try and get some temperature in the brakes, because they will cool down something horrid. Just going to go nice and easy in the first couple of laps. If anybody makes a mistake, I'll go for it, but I'm quite happy in third, frankly, to be honest. If we can follow these guys, I suspect Scott's probably going to go off and have a quite quiet, boring race to himself. Get some maximum points for the team, that's fine. I don't think I'm any threat to him whatsoever. McCoy, well, who knows, maybe he could have a bad race and I could have a good one. Maybe he got a lucky quali lap. Who knows? I'm rubbish at quali, so I tend to do better in the actual race. You see the cold brakes going icy blue already. But we'll get towards the end of the lap and we'll just ride the brakes a bit to get the temps back up again. Not an awful lot I can do about the tyre temps, they seem to be dropping. .70 degrees on the front and the rear, really. Hopefully. People make mistakes in the first lap or so. Cold tyres, cold brakes. As long as they don't run into the back of me, that's fine. I'm going to be forming up now. Start riding the brakes a little bit just to get that initial bit of heat back in again. Doesn't take too long to actually get the heat back in again, so. Check traction control, just playing safe at the beginning. Brake bias, we'll just play it safe as well, be a bit more stable at the beginning. The brakes coming into a good, decent kind of temp now. Oh, easy. You don't really want to be right behind him, just in case horrible things happen at turn 1. I'll probably be quite quiet during the race, so there we go. Pretty safe behind, so it's fine. bit slidey, but McCoy seems a little bit slow through that section. So once the tyres and everything's back up to heat again, hopefully I might find some time there. Just losing the back end a little bit there. Not too bad. Went very wide. So we'll maybe have a look down the inside into the braking zone. Probably just to kind of let them know that I'm interested more than actually having a look. I'm going to go more than that. Oh, easy, Tiger. Make your mind up. A little bit of moving under braking, but should keep the inside line here. That should be mine. There we go. Sliding all the way around that corner, but I got there. The beginnings of a Scorex Racing 1-2, but very early days. Well, don't hit me. Or hit me, that's fine. Okay. A little KTM and Marauder in front of me. Now I think if we get to about 170 kilometers an hour.
Sorry for that, Hendrix.
No worries, mate, no worries. This is when the KTM is a little vulnerable. Beep beep. But they are good on the brakes.
Sorry.
Are you serious?
I locked up my brakes and got started skidding.
I had nowhere to go there. I had this momentum, but try around the outside. Oh, don't drift wide, mate. Don't drift wide. There we go. Give them space on the outside. We're back into second place. Don't you hit me as well. Your brakes are much better than mine, and I'm bad on the brakes in the first place as well, so even more exaggerated. This is where the KTM will be strong through these twisty parts. It's got very good initial low down acceleration, but the top end's just not there. But it's a lovely car to drive, so stable. See him catching up on the braking, but should be able to get a decent gap into this next turn. Just let him have my draft, I don't mind. Can't do anything with it. Just try and settle down into a rhythm. Got away with no damage on that contact in turn 1 there with McCoy, so should be fine. Just got 6 seconds up the road, that's fine. I don't think we're even going to think about that, to be honest. We'll just run our own thing and try and get P2 at the end. 10 minutes gone. It's a heavy, heavy car, this Aston. It's a tank. And it's not the easiest to drive. It's much nicer through that section there. Just run plenty of curb on that one. And there. Ooh. Slidey, slidey. But we're getting a gap on Marauder. It's looking good. I would not consider myself as particularly very fast. Generally speaking, famous last words. I don't make too many mistakes. And for the longer races, even though it's an hour, whether that's classed as long or not for you, I think being a bit more consistent is probably worth a little bit more than outright pace. I could make the car a bit quicker, but I would probably just end up losing the back end somewhere. So I'd rather just play safe. Just feel that front right going light on the inside there. Yeah, so Scott's now 6.7 at the same point. So he is disappearing. It's fine, it's good for the team. It's what we want. I was never really going to be able to challenge him, so. Bit too much curve there. Just seems to have its own gravitational field in there. It just pulls you in off the track. And then it messes you up for the rest of that whole sector. I lost a second on that. So easily done. Still leaders coming through. But he will catch me on the straight, which is perfect. Just hold my line, let him go. Now I can use a bit of its draft.
Sorry, Nila, for that.
No problem.
Hopefully he's not going to dive. And that's the danger of multi-class racing. People don't want to be held up behind you because they've got somebody behind them. They don't want to lose time. But I don't want to lose my rear wing. Frame rate going a bit stuttery there. It's not helping. Don't know if we're really pulling away from Marauder now, but losing a second in that lap, so if we try not to do that, hopefully we will. Don't touch the curb.
Sorry, Nita.
No worries.
No. Better, but proving myself wrong without being consistent. Still hear those brakes locking up. Hoping these guys are going to wait until the long right hander and go around the outside. Don't do that. God damn it. He's probably going to have to go into turn one. It's not too bad, that's fine. I turn in for the corner so early, it would just take so long for the car to actually turn in. Don't wreck it there. Do another lap or so, and then we'll maybe be a bit worried about the traction control. Everything's up to speed and looking okay. Just under 20 minutes in. 1/3 race distance. Should accelerate and get past on the outside.
LMP drivers, please be considerate when you're overtaking on the inside through these fast corner. We don't really have that much downforce issue, so we can't take the corner with an outside line.
true story. It should be going on the outside, really. Good waiting for the previous corner, but then a little bit committed to the inside. Rather safe than sorry. I don't want that. Advertising board getting chucked onto the track. A little bit tail happy. Doing a little bit of gapping into a guy behind. Still a good shot to see a KTM in the top 3. Brake check, not far behind him. Good stuff. Fellow Scotsman. The front right lifted up. It's back down again.
Sorry, Scott.
There were.
That's not somebody hitting him. Oh, he's in the pit. Ooh. That's not good. We've inherited the lead. Certainly through no skill, and there is that curb. Evil curb. Just line the pass up for the straight. Or into this braking zone, that's fine. Inside, come on, in you go. Far better brakes than I do. Thank you. So often the case, they outbrake themselves trying to get past, and then they end up cluttering up the exit of the corner. So 6-second lead. That's interesting turn of events. So I guess somebody must have hit Scott. It's a shame. But clearly he needed some sort of handicap, so we'll see if he can recover. And that's the danger of multi-class as well, that you can be doing your own race miles out ahead of everybody else, and then somebody else just hits you out. And race kind of semi-wrecked through no fault of your own. An LMP in the pits. I need new pedals. You can see them flickering away. Yeah. One day. We have actually opened them up and had a look at the potentiometers and tried to clean them up a bit, and it seemed to work for about a week, and then flickering came back again. G29 wheel and pedals. So if anybody out there has some magic fix, then feel free to let me know. But it gives me a good excuse. Normally I drive the slow cars, but my love and devotion of Aston Martins has stood me in a good position in this league now. Aston is very strong in the GT4 class when the Porsche and the Ginetta are not allowed. Ginetta being a bit, well, quite a wee bit overpowered in the class. And initially I think we thought that the Porsche was as well. So we decided to kind of ban it. But perhaps on further testing it's maybe not quite as strong as it maybe once was. But we'd already kind of committed to not allowing it, so maybe next season, who knows. A couple of LMPs behind, one not too far away. If you get them in the straight, that's perfect. Maybe even steal a little bit of draft from him. Brake a little bit earlier because we're maybe carrying a little bit more speed. My brake pedal deciding to come on just for no reason. Welcome to my world of wonderful pedals. That was quite prominent, that one, to be fair. It isn't too bad. It's the ones that just sneak on a little bit, maybe kind of 5%, and you don't notice it. You're at the far end of a straight and you're wondering why you're not hitting another gear, and then you realise your brake pedal's trailing. It does not help your lap times, I can assure you. And the one behind me will get past me here, that's good, and the other ones should as well, at least into turn 1. GTR Bo, good lad, into P2, good solid drive from him. I'll just give him plenty of room. And the GTS boys. And there's a rocket bunny on the side of the road. TPW not having a good day at the office. That was messy. Oh, hello. On you go. Go, 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 go. Come on, you're faster. Go. Another 1.5 seconds lost in this lap. But we're fairly healthy lead in front of Marauder and his sexy little alien rocket ship KTM. Half an hour down, halfway through the race. So it's still locking up the brakes a little bit, but not as bad as I was in practice. That lower brake pressure seems to be helping, and the tyres are in a lot much better condition than they were in my practice run after half an hour, so I am very much digital with my throttle and brakes. It's either on or off. It's full or nothing. So yeah, can't really modulate the braking pressure with the horrible things I've had to do to the brake settings, pedal settings, but can't send it. Thank you. Intergalactic Gentleman. Awesome name, sir. Awesome. I hardly turned there at all. The car just turned for me. Not ideal, but I got away with it. So we're losing about half a second in that first sector. That first section even, not even the first sector. Gained a little bit back there, but still pulling away slowly. CotA up into third. So he's catching. I might just have to kind of push on a little bit just to stop him from catching. Hopefully he'll be in a battle and not get through. But I fear the KTM is not really too much of a challenge for him. So I was able to get past him, so I'm sure McCoy won't be too far behind. I need to stop losing this time in the first sector. Or maybe open the traction control a little bit. You can see it just sticking on the exit of the corners. I don't want too much because then I'm going to end up facing backwards, but I kind of have to rely on it with this digital on-off throttle. But just to prove a point. Sideways is best ways. But not fast. And another second lost on this lap. They are not far away. I cannot afford to screw up. Order still holding up McCoy, I think. You might get past on that straight here though. I'm 1.8 seconds down. This is not helping. Okay, let's just calm down a little bit.
Well,
So we're still holding P1. Can't see Scott catching up quite yet. I don't know how much he's probably lost in that pit. Don't know how much damage he's picked up. Easy now. And Scott is already back in second. We're not going to be keeping him behind me. He's 4 seconds behind or so. After a pit stop. That's ridiculous. Alien. Ban the tier 1 boys. I don't think this traction control is working for me. Put that back down again, I think. "20 minutes to go."
Good fight, man.
We have just taken a position off an LMP. Interesting. Oh boy. We are making a mess of this. Here he comes. On you, send it, Mr. Bresnik. Lap time's getting a bit better now. It's not going to be enough. It's 15 minutes left to go. I'm finally starting to find my pace. It's only taken 45 minutes. Good job. Come on, go. Okay. There he is. Hello. He's coming to get me. Slidey, slidey. We're not going to fight him when he gets to me. Just let him have his deserved P1 back. G Peaches, an LMP in B12 is actually just behind us, not far away. It is actually 4th position. Brake check in P3, good boy. Here he is. I think he's going to get very close to me on this lap. Why isn't that happening about half an hour ago? Just feel him stalking me down like prey. Where is he slower than me? Where can I get past him? Pretty much anywhere, to be honest, Scotty. But most likely on the brakes, because I don't have any. There he is. And there's Peaches not far behind him. Not really gaining an awful lot. LMP still hasn't made it past us here. Still a little alarming. He must be damaged a lot. Come on, keep going. What? I don't know where Scott is, we'll give him the position. Now we'll go side by side, why not? Well, it'd have been entertaining for the stream. I'm fine with that. He deserves P1. He was hit by somebody, had to pit, and obviously had phenomenal pace, as he always does, to get all the way through the pits, repair, and get back into P1 with 10 minutes to go. I got a good healthy lead on P3, so that's fine, and I am very happy to see that it is brake check still there. Is Scott playing with me now, is he? I think he is. Formation Score X racing driving. Yeah, he can brake later than me, and he seems to be able to get on the power earlier than me, so... Yep, no chance, but that's fine. That's down to skill. I was aiming for top 5. Podium would be awesome. So, unless something horrible happens, we're looking very good for P2 and a 1-2 for the team, which is perfect. Yeah, 7 minutes indeed. We're matching our best lap time here at the moment. Tyre wear's good. Tyre pressures are pretty much perfect. Or what I was aiming for. I don't know if it's perfect or not, but 1.8 all round. With that, 3 engine damage is absolutely nothing. Just light up that ABS button. Having said that, I don't know that it was actually lighting up. There's 4th and 5th and LMP coming through. Oh, you're going for it then, are you? I see. I was planning that you're going to go around the outside. I guess not. Oh, you go around the outside of the track, shall you? I'll let him off, he's got an awesome name. Flaming Parrot. Awesome. Just over 5 minutes to go. Scott's also survived. P10 and LMPs going past. A little bit of a gap before the next one. Is there really any need for that? No. Just over 2 minutes to go then. Last couple of laps, I'd imagine. This and one more, maybe. I'm not entirely sure what lap times the LMPs are doing, but I think we'll only have like 2 minutes or something. To be fair, Scott's not really pulling away so much right now, but he's even losing a second on this lap. But I suspect he is just taking it very easy and being very super cautious with the traffic. Once bitten, twice shy and all. Here comes the intergalactic gentleman. On you go, sir. Oh, last lap. Intergalactic's not really racing anybody, it's the last lap for everybody. There's not really any real need to be fighting through here. Last couple of corners. Oh my lord. And the final turn. Yeah, we'll take a P2. Good job. Good job, Scott. A little bit of fun whilst the rest of the guys finish their laps. Yeah, very happy with that, to be honest. A nice 1-2 and a perfect finish for ScoreX Racing.
Good race, y'all.
What a race.
Oh, that was good, that was.
Sorry if I hit you, Carlito. Is it Carlito?
I think so.
Yes, it's not. Well, it's what's funny. No problem.
Good job, guys. Just say brief, please, just in case you do have anything that you want to bring up. But yeah, that was pretty good out there, guys. Good job. Thanks all. Well done, Scott.
That was great fun.
Thanks, you too.
Cheers, mate.
Well done to the winners.
Geez, I had constant stutter and shudder the whole way around.